Namaskar, a very warm welcome to Bizomia. I am Rukmani Charasya. As we all know, protected cultivation is now a common name in the farming sector as it made farming easy and controllable. In this farming method, farmers can easily control crop production, climate conditions, providing high yield. Nowadays, the climate condition current status is not favorable, which majorly affects farming and production. Apart from climate, many aspects badly impact farming production. Hence, to solve this problem, the protected cultivation method is developed in which the environment and other farming aspects can control manually. So, without any extra delay, let's start the webinar session on high-tech protective cultivation and stay connected with us till the end. I would like to welcome my co-host, Mr. Manjeet Vishalji.
Thank you, Rukmani. Thanks everyone, all the participants on board today. I, Manjeet, on behalf of Bizomia, welcome everybody, all the participants, our guests, our speakers today on board. So under our new series, Grow Technically, the first session that we are going to hold today is the high-tech protected cultivation. And before starting the session, I'd like to thank all our partners on board today: Associate Partner Nursery Live, Youth Partner Enactus for LSR, College Outreach Partner Uthan, and a special thanks to our sponsoring agency, Crero. As we all know that Bizomia has been conducting this webinar series since last 1.5 months approximately now, and today we are on the 6th session and the first session of our new series called as Grow Technically. Bizomia's website is already there on board now. Anybody can take some time and go to www.bizomia.com and log in and register their profile and enjoy the services of Bizomia. Before wasting any much more time, I'd like to introduce my speaker, Mr. Rajendra Kumar. This name is already have all the kind of introduction prior in this sector. Mr. Rajendra Kumar is an agri professional with more than 25 years of experience in the protected cultivation in different agroclimatic conditions of tropical and the mild climate sectors. Since last 6 years, he has traveled more than 2 dozen of countries and developed more successful and sustainable high-tech farming protection in South and the East Asian countries. He is instrumental in sharing the experience of his design structures of different types of agrochemical conditions in this region. Today, he is going to talk about the high-tech protected cultivation, mainly focusing on selection of appropriate models for your climate and crops in South and the East Asia region. So over to you now, and I'm very much sure all the participants joined us today will take lot of information from your presentation today. Over to you, sir.
Namaste, Salam Alaikum, Sat Sri Akal, good evening to all the participants from different parts of the South and South Asia and East Asia. I welcome all of you. I am very happy to know that a lot of people from Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, even Vietnam, they are participating in this program. So thanks, Vijomia, for inviting me for this important session. So as already explained by Manjeet ji, that I will be speaking on the protected cultivation technologies for the South and East Asia. My main focus will be on the smart protected cultivation technology. So So most of, as you know, that most of grower produce crop seasonally in the open field. But yield in the open field, it's limited by the excessive cold, heat, wind, rain, hail, and insects. So open field actually it's nature without protection. It has a lot of advantage also, and all of you know that because our since our civilization that people are good experienced in the open field cultivation. So it's also very easy to grow in a larger area, easy to manage the crop sometime, but there is a disease and insect pressure also, and capital investment is low in the open field, and it is also called a low cost production. So both that small or large farmer they can do the open field cultivation, but it has a lot of disadvantage also that farmer they actually realize very low prices because they produce the crop when normal every grower they produce in the same time. So the quality of the produce is also low, or means that if you compare the grade one quality, so you will find a very less grower who can produce during the normal open field condition. So the climatic factors like frost, hail, and the rains, strong wind, they called habit damage to the crop, as you can see in the picture also. So beside this, that these unfavorable conditions, they call the foliar problem, they called a lot of insect pressure. So some, and due to this reason that normally that a lot of crop failure takes place in the open field condition, and there is also very high usage of chemicals, water, and other inputs in the open field. So beside these challenges that farmer face in the open field, so we have other challenges also, like that electricity. If you are actually that electricity is not available at most of places in the most of farmland, it is also expensive also, and soil quality is also problematic in many places. Just like in the western part of India, then in southern part of Pakistan also. So water availability, quality, and is also a problem because of either a high salinity in the water, or there are other issues also. So that because experience, because most of people they have a experience in the open field growing, so so that is sometime also that it is a challenge for to adopting a very high tech type of cultivation. So finance is also a limiting in most of areas in many countries. So size actually, if you see that due to the high population in Southeast Asia, so land holding is also very small. So it's not a economical. So in some countries, if you are importing a very technology or some equipment, so import duty is also very high. So that increase your cost. So to solve these problems, so growers they face the challenge to determine what kind of protected cultivation technology to be selected for their climate and crops. So there are four major factors that affect your crop production, mainly the sunlight, precipitation. Precipitation means the rainfall, snowfall, that dew, then hailstorm, the moisture that in any kind that occurs on our land, temperature, then wind. So as all of you know that photosynthesis, how it takes place, because plants take the sunlight and the carbon dioxide from atmosphere, then convert that into the food, by taking the minerals and other water, other nutrients from the soil. So plant normally they appear green because they reflect the green light. So they can absorb yellow, orange, red, blue, violet, as well as invisible light like UV light from the sun and some infrared. So if you see that below that 400 to 400, that wavelength when you have, so that is actually ultraviolet radiation, which actually prevent, which increase the actually immunity of the plant, so that you can prevent some of the harmful insects. And above 700, it is a infrared radiation, which is called which actually generate the heat. So between 400 to 700, that is a visual light wavelength that is very good for the photosynthesis purpose. So humidity also, that normally in a for any crop growth, that if you are multiplying the plants like doing propagation, so you need a humidity 70% and above. For any vegetative growth of any crop, so you need a 40 to 60% humidity, and for flowering that it is normally 40 to 50%. So for any actually optimum range, that we can say that between 50 to 70% of humidity is better for the growth of any. So similarly, the air temperature, that optimum range is for between the 18 to 28 degree centigrade, but broadly we can say between 15 to 35 degree Celsius. If it is less than 10 degree, then we call it a cold condition. Then between 11 to 17, we call it a cool, and excessive when it is above the 30 degrees centigrade. Similarly, that wind, normally that if we design a structure anywhere, so that minimum that 110 kilometer per hour is the standard that we follow all over the world. But structure can be strengthened up to 200 kilometer per hour. So all these things, actually problems that you have seen, that it's all complicate your production. So free moisture, sunlight, air temperature, wind, all interact to influence what the plant is experiencing actually. So I will give you some quick overview of the advantage and disadvantage of the various production systems using the plastic covers. So first of all, that I will speak on the net house. It's a low cost, good for summers in plains, very easy to cover the large area, low insect pressure than the field, and you can also extend your harvesting season. This type of structure, they are good for these western part of India or southern part of Pakistan, or any area where the rainfall is less than 500 mm, or you have a good sunshine. So, but the problem with the net house, that this is pressure increase during the monsoon period or during winter when you have a high humidity. And it also involves the labor, because during winter you have to remove this covering and again install during the month of spring or summer. So there is this structure, they are also damaged by the high wind. So that's the problem with the net house. If you are but if you are growing a crops like cucumber, or it's a very you can grow very good quality cucumber in this net houses, especially during summer. A lot of people in the Rajasthan area, they are growing actually cucumber, and very good. They are doing the 2 cycles, or some grower they are doing the 3 cycles also. Tunnel farming, actually tunnels, they are very good for keeping your plants warm during winter season, or at a higher elevation during summer season. This tunnel farming is very popular in Pakistan area. So a lot of people in the Pakistan Punjab, they do the tunnel farming. So there are two type of tunnels normally. One is called the low tunnels, which are actually temporary structure installed during the winter. Once the spring season comes, then they remove these tunnels and let the crop grow naturally. And there are high tunnels, just like you see in the pictures also, which are actually installed normally to extend the winter season in the plain area of northern climate, or at the higher elevation where you have a cold summers also. So these tunnels actually, they are low cost structures. You can protect your crop against the cold and rain and hail, and even to some extent with snow also. And you can cover the large area. It works very well between 10 to 28 degrees centigrade temperature. And you can also advance your harvesting season. But disease is also a problem in this structure. You can't do that automation or climate optimization, because these small tunnels you have to create on a large area. So sometimes it is very difficult to manage these areas, and you need a lot of supervision also. And from the opening of these tunnels, there is a chances of insect entry also. And you can easily lose the plastic cover due to the wind. Even at the low wind speed can damage your tunnel structure. So these are the disadvantages with the tunnels. So then next level comes natural ventilated polyhouses. So these structures, they are very good for actually mild type of climate. Just like in India, you can say the Pune, Bangalore, and sub-Himalayan region, where summer is not very hot or something like that. So you can easily manage the temperature in these poly houses. You can similarly, just like tunnel, you can protect against the rain, hail, or storm, or even snowfall. And it works very well between 10 to 28 degrees centigrade. So you can also advance the harvesting season. Either you can prepone or you can postpone that harvesting. But during high summer, during month of May, June, then it's very difficult to grow crops in these polyhouses also. Because if outside temperature is 35, then inside temperature goes 50 plus during daytime. So it is become very difficult to grow the crops during high summer temperature conditions. And also during rainy season, when you have a very high humidity, that causes a lot of fungal and bacterial problem inside the polyhouse. So there is also risk of losing structure. You might have seen that in the month of April, May, when these winds, that strong winds, they come in northern area. So then there are chances of losing the roof plastic. Then the next level is the fan pad greenhouse. That it's very good for actually propagation purpose, for hardening, for small operations, for hydroponics growing, or for R&D purpose. That most of institutions or companies, they install this structure. So, you can protect against all adverse conditions inside this structure. Only problem that with the fan pad greenhouse, that during the rainy season, when you have a high humidity outside, so then it's very difficult to get rid of high humidity from inside, because that with the evaporative cooling system, you still need a actually difference between the humidity between inside and outside, so that you can get rid of high humidity from inside. Other issue that power consumption in the these structures is very high. It is 1,000 to 2,000 kilowatt hours of electricity consumed per hectare per day in this structure. So there is also still a risk of losing the structure due to high winds. So as per the temperature that I have classified that which structure are best for which region. So you can see here also in this map. These are the actually tropical climate here. This area in India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Malaysia, even up to Vietnam also. And we have only that desert here in the western part of India and southern part of Pakistan. Then subtropical condition we have in the sub-Himalayan region in the hilly area, and also in the Western Ghat region of India. And then temperate region we have in the Himalayan region, even in Indian Kashmir and Pakistan Kashmir also, and Tibet Plateau, and in China, that is a temperate region where you have a temperature, highest temperature goes not more than 25 degrees during the summer season. So so these are the actually if we see the tunnels, actually tunnels are very good for northern climate here, or in the high altitude region. You can install the tunnels for summer production, and in the foothill of the Himalaya you can install for the winter production of any high value crops. Net house, they are best for, as I told you, for a summer period. So you can install in any region here. It is a tropical dry or tropical arid condition. The net house, they work very well. So then retractable, actually, it is the new the technology that have came up in India, in South Asia, especially after 2014. So this technology is not actually new technology. Basically, it's a old 40-year-old technology, but it's it applied in the South and East Asian region after the 2014, since I joined this company. So as per humidity also, that you have to choose the structure. So net house, they are not good for a high rainfall area. Tunnels, as usual, that it can work in the cold region. Polyhouse and all other structure, they have a capacity to manage the rain. Or so what is the key learning that from the conventional crop production system? Stationary polyhouse, shade house, net roof have many advantages and disadvantages. So it is impossible to prevent all the problems. So there are many causes of reduction in revenues with this system. Many causes of increase in operating cost. Management of business becomes difficult as business expand. So no one's production system is optimal 12 months per year. So now that what is the best that for this region? So I will share this video.
Today, more people around the world than ever before are integrating fruits and vegetables into their diets. And as a result, retailers want to have stock available all year round. But there are several big challenges that growers like you are facing to meet this increasing demand. Extreme and inconsistent weather patterns result in inconsistent supply. Input costs are frequently rising faster than selling prices. And insects cause massive damage to crops at the same time as consumers demand that their food is produced with minimal chemicals. So for you, the challenge is how to have predictable and consistent supply when the weather is inconsistent. For over 35 years, we've been working on the solution. Introducing the retractable roof production system, which creates a more consistent growing environment for farmers in warm and hot climates. When the weather is ideal, the roof will automatically retract, allowing the natural outdoors to come inside. When cold, rain, or hail comes, the roof will automatically close to protect the plants. And when there is high summer heat, the roof closes 80% to protect the plants from direct sun, while also allowing for ventilation and cooling. The system is very efficient, as it requires only 1 to 2 kilowatt hours of electricity per day, per hectare, and requires minimal water for cooling when temperatures exceed 35 degrees Celsius. Cravo houses have proven to resist damage from hail and major storms, such as hurricanes and cyclones. By working with Cravo, you can create optimum growing conditions year-round to produce crops with larger size, with higher yields, longer shelf life, extend your harvest season, or target a completely different harvest season. Together as partners, we will create an innovative production system to meet your market opportunities and climate challenges, while targeting a 3 to 5 year return on investment. Join us as we continue to build production systems of the future that combine nature and protection to create superior growing in today.
So very simple that when you have a good ideal condition outside, you retract your roof, means that you open your roof. You close only when you have a summer temperature 35 plus during daytime, or you have a rainfall, or you have a winter temperature less than 15 degree, then only then you have to close it. Otherwise, keep your roof open. So there are 4 basic models with this retractable roof type technology. Flat roof, if you see here, it has a flat profile actually. It is the structure, it's recommended for a dry tropical location like Rajasthan, like Sindh area or Pakistan, where rainfall is less than 500 mm. But it's not suitable for a high rainfall area. But there are certain crops like berries, blueberries, and strawberry. So you can use this flat roof structure also. It is actually lowest cost of a retractable roof structure. Then an X-frame and A-frame rafter, they are actually peak roof models. They have a gutters, so you can manage the rainfall also very well in this structure. So the only difference between these models that the degree of wind resistance. So X-frame can resist the wind of 110. Rafter can resist the wind of 140. A-frame can resist the wind of 200 kilometers per hour. So there are actually 4 types of applications of that one we call the greenhouse, then cooling house, then field cover, then orchard cover. So it depends upon that what roof covering and crop being grown. So you can see here in the picture also that roof plastic that we use on the retractable roof is very strong. So it lasts for 12 years or sometimes 15 years also. So when we call it a greenhouse, so it means that we have a clear plastic on the top so that you can generate a heat during winter time. So such type of structure, they are actually installed in the between 30 to 50 north-south latitude, means that area above Delhi or area above Lahore, you can say that where you have a cold winters, so you can install these retractable roof greenhouses where you have a clear roof plastic. So then the retractable roof cooling house. So the only difference is that here the plastic is white in color, as you can see here in the picture. So even when you close the this roof, then it will create a more shading effect, just like a cloud. When cloud passes over your head, so it immediately create a actually cooling effect on your body. So same is here actually. So this type of structure, they are recommended between the 0 to 30 degree north-south latitude. So you can install anywhere in India. So even Pakistan, even Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand. So any tropical location you can install this structure. So next application is actually a field cover that you can cover any field of any shape, size, or even the slope also, that you can see here also. That if you have a 5 hectare, 10 hectare, or whatever shape, you have a rectangle or you have a round shape, whatever shape of land, that you can cover with the retractable roof structure. So that's why we call it a field cover also. You can grow, because a lot of seed companies, they grow the field crops like maize or rice, or they do some trial under these structure. So then we can call, there are actually two types of these field cover. One is the flat roof that I have already explained. This structure is actually very good for a tropical dry conditions. So here you can see that it's a zigzag type of shape of this structure here, so that you can utilize maximum your land. So we are already building a 115 acre of this flat roof structure here in North India. So probably it will be the one of the largest facility in Asia. And we have already built up 3-4 project of this flat roof structure here in India. And a lot of projects, they are coming up in the Middle East region with this flat roof structure. Only issue that this structure is installed only in the dry tropical location where rainfall is less. So then other that field cover, you can say that with the peak roof. So you can see here, this is a huge the strawberry field in UK. It is covered with the peak roof X-frame structure. So here you can protect your crop against the rain because you have a gutters here. So then next application is orchard cover. So means that you can cover any crop, any orchard crop like apple or cherry or avocado or mango or whatever the crops that you want to protect against the adverse conditions, because either it is what happens that during fruit flowering or fruit setting stage, there are a lot of fluctuation in the temperature, so that cause failure in the crop in the apple region, on the cherry region in Himachal and J&K region of India. And now actually mango is also that the high value mango like Alfonso or Kesar, that is also facing problem due to change in the climate. So you can actually install these climate control structure over these high value crops, so that you can protect your crop against the adverse conditions. So this application, that is very important, that people think that when you open the roof, so you will allow the insect to come inside. But we install the insect net here. Either it will be a stationary or it will be retractable. Stationary insect net we normally install in a desert type location where rainfall is very less, but in other humid climates, so we have normally this retractable type of insect net. So you can manage both with this insect net, both the insect and humidity also, because when you open this roof and this insect net, so you will allow to go the humidity outside, but when you close them, then you will increase the humidity. Similarly, that the place like Delhi or Lahore, because Delhi and Lahore, they have a very particular, very specific climate. Summer too hot or winter too cold. So you need during summer you need a cooling roof, or during winter you need a heating roof. Means that heat up the environment. So here we can install the both roof. Here you can see on the top it is a clear plastic, and below it is a white plastic. So it will create a cooling effect, white one, and clear will create a heating effect. So you can grow the crop uniformly throughout year at Delhi or even Lahore also. So I will mention some of the crops that we grow. So this project actually already we are doing here in Delhi. So growing leafy and herbs year round under the retractable roof. And major advantage that you can save a lot of electricity with the retractable roof. It utilizes only 1 to 2 kilowatt hours of electricity per hectare per day, whereas in a fan pad structure, you need a 500 to 1000 kilowatt hours of electricity per hectare per day. So these are huge saving of operational cost. Tomatoes actually normally that in the open field or in any other system that we get a 8 or 10 kg per square meter of tomato, but in the retractable roof you can grow this crop for 6-7 months and yield you can get 40 to 45 kg per square meter. Lot of growers, they grow the flowers also. The main advantage that you will have in a retractable roof that because it's a natural type of growing system, so number of fungicide you apply here is very less as compared to any polyhouse or any conventional structure. Similarly with the strawberry also, you can extend the strawberry harvest from normally 3-4 months to 5-6 months. So in a retractable roof, and moreover that size of strawberry and the bricks level is also very good. Blueberry already that we are having a project here in North India. You will be surprised that we are growing blueberry in a very tropical location like Mathura. So normally these berries, they are grown in a cold climate, like you can say that in Kashmir region or Himachal or even that other part, the cold region of the Southeast Asia. Normally, nobody think that that you can grow in Mathura also, where you have a summer 45 plus temperature. But with the retractable roof, you can bring down your leaf temperature by 15 to 20 degrees centigrade during the summertime. So you can grow the good crops there. Similarly, the raspberry is a very paying crop. You can grow under blackberry also. Cherry actually is a very promising crop for the people in Kashmir region, in the both side, in the Indian side and Pakistan side also, because due to the unseasonal weather conditions, so sometimes you get a good crop, sometimes you lose all the crops. Mainly the hailstorm cause a lot of damage to this crop. So with the retractable roof, it has been already proven that you can extend your harvesting. Means that you can prepone your harvesting by 2 weeks, or similarly you can postpone also. So that if you prepone your harvest, you will almost you will get the premium of your produce by bringing that produce to the market first of all. So similarly, avocados can be grown. Normally, it is grown in a subtropical type of climate all over. But if you have any challenge of heat or that hailstorm, then you can put up a retractable structure. Similar for the mango also, that I have already explained. Capsicum, that it's a very good option to grow under retractable. Normally that in the open field, you will get 4 or 5 kilo per square meter yield. But in the retractable, if you are growing for green, then you can get a yield of 20 to 25 kg. But if you are growing colored one, then you can get a yield of 15 to 20 kg per square meter. Similarly, this cannabis is actually becoming very popular nowadays. Many countries, they have permitted to grow this cannabis for not only for medicinal purpose, but also for recreational purpose. In Asia, Thailand has already done some that they have allowed for some medicinal purpose. India also has in some states like Uttarakhand, they have permitted probably in Madhya Pradesh also. So Himachal is also going to follow very soon. So this crop is also due to its medicinal value or its recreational value. So it has a good value in future. Just like human being, you can create a good environment for your domestic animals like cows or pigs or this goat and horses also. So you can maintain the same condition, good condition. Nursery, already that we have a project in Indonesia, because the people from Indonesia or Malaysia or Sri Lanka, because those who are living near the tropics, so they know that what problems they face in the tropics region. You have a very high humidity, high temperature, and that difference between day and night temperature is also very less there. So you need to have a very good quality nursery. Means that root-shoot ratio should be good, so that when you transport these material to the different locations, different islands far away from your nursery area, so there should be a very less mortality. So we have already working with a very big corporation in Indonesia. So they have already installed a 4 hectare of retractable roof by replacing the fan-fed structure. Apple is a very promising crop for Kashmir region in both India and Pakistan, because the productivity of apple grown in our region is very less. It is something like 8 or 10 tons per hectare, whereas in country like New Zealand or other apple growing countries, so you will have a productivity of 150 tons. So there is a huge difference. So we can increase this yield and productivity by installing the proper system of protection along with the high density plantation. You can see in the picture. This picture is from Holland for Wageningen University. So they have put up a high density orchard with a retractable roof, and they have found that the number of fungicide application that has been reduced from 15 to 8. Means that fungicide application is 90% less as compared to open field, and insecticide application is 40 to 50% less as compared to open field. So it's a very good for growing in the open field also. Growing in an organic protocol. Similar the fig, it is a very popular crop in Turkey. There are some fig plantation here in India, in Nasik region or in sub-Himalayan region also. This fruit is also picking up fast. Nutraceutical, after the COVID, actually, it has picked up a very value due to its medicinal value, and because it increased the immunity, it enhances your immunity. So a lot of crop like turmeric, ginger, ashwagandha, even moringa also, that they have a very high value. So if you wanted to grow under a safe condition with the minimum use of chemical for the export market, so you need to install a very very robust type of structure, so where you can grow these crops year round. So this is another application that you can do with the retractable roof. You can cover any area. It's whether it's a retail area or it's a amusement area or it's a swimming pool or whatever that. You can see these pictures. These are from actually Disneyland, USA, where they have installed the retractable roof to give the congenial condition for their customers. So you can see in the picture here. So I will now share some of the photographs of our projects that we have done here in South and East Asia. This is the first project we have done in Karnataka near Bangalore. with the Namdari seed. It's one of the largest seed company in India. So they wanted to actually they purchased the retractable roof just to grow these crops, and because there is a lot of pollination issues in existing structure, because covered structure. So you have to either put up a bumblebees inside to have a good pollination. But in a retractable, it's not an issue because roof opens, so you will allow the beneficial bees or insects to come inside. So this is a project we have done in Pattaya. Pattaya is actually tropical, hot and humid. It's just near the sea coast. So this customer, he wanted to grow the leafy, Asian leafy mainly, and herbs for his restaurant business year round. So he's growing all these crops year round under the retractable roof without any evaporative cooling system. So he's not only growing good quality, but also he's reducing the cost of the production. This is a project we have done in Delhi. It's near the international airport. As I have told earlier, that Delhi has a very peculiar condition. Summer very hot, winter cold, and during winter you have a lot of foggy. That for 1 month or 45 days of foggy period, when you have a very low light levels. So even though in those conditions, you can grow crops very well. This is the nursery project in Indonesia. I've already told you. This is a project we have done in Qatar, where actually it's a very challenging that in the Middle East, without this evaporative cooling, you can't grow the crop because summer temperature is very high, 45 plus during daytime. It's not only daytime, but nighttime temperature also very high. It is 30 plus. So that hinder your crop for flowering and fruiting. But you can see here, this is the both type of structure, that flat roof and X-frame, and they are growing all type of crop almost throughout year. So now that lot of projects, they are coming up in the Middle East region. I'm especially that the people from Sindh area or Rajasthan area, Gujarat area, Kutch area of Gujarat, Aurangabad region, so where the rainfall is less, so you can see this project. So you can grow the crop almost throughout the year. So this is the Simply Fresh project. This is one of the state-of-art project that we have done here in India. It's a very huge investment, and it is spread. The first phase of this project is 25 acres, and you can see the different structure there also. Most of crops are nutraceutical here, but they are growing the other high value like leafy and vine crops also. So this is a Triangle Farm. You might have seen that they are very active on the LinkedIn. So this project we have completed last year. So it's a 15-acre single X-frame structure. So they are growing mainly the capsicum, but also the cucumber. So this is a video that will show you that the level of technology that we have here in India.
In the vicinity of Hyderabad, Telangana, a 140-acre precision farm has challenged the norms of native farming. Simply Fresh, started with a vision for a healthy lifestyle, has been a pioneer in precision farming in India. It has set up Southeast Asia's largest plant factory. Producing fresh medicinal and aromatic plants for nutraceutical extraction with high percentage of alkaloids and flavorful crops for home consumption throughout the year. Aided by cutting-edge global technologies and driven by AI-based platform, Simply Fresh ensures a pesticide-free natural produce which produces 15 to 20 times higher yield compared to conventional farming. Where Simply Fresh is committed to food safety, hygiene, traceability of all produce, These plants are grown using precision farming techniques, soilless cultivation right from seeding to harvest. An ambient environment in the germination chamber is created by controlling the light, humidity and temperature for better germination of seeds. At the early stage of plant growth, a conveyor system transfers germinated seeds to the nursery. A fully automated greenhouse shelters the different varieties of plants in an ideal ecosystem. AI-assisted multi-layered retractable roofs, climate sensors and fogging system help in filtering ultraviolet rays and maintain temperature and humidity in the greenhouse, maintaining a suitable environment for the crops all round the year. The farm management team uses different farming techniques based on plant profile. A man-made rainwater harvesting body spread across 6 acres with 100 million liters of storage capacity ensures sustainability of natural resources. Through its proprietary software Farm in a Box that integrates artificial intelligence, assisted technology and analytics, Simply Fresh monitors plants at every stage of its life cycle, called plant profiling, where it harvests each crop at the right time and produces a product that is perfect for the next stage. Nutrient dosing technique is used to feed the plants. The nutrients are mixed with reverse osmosis and ultraviolet rays treated water to ensure optimum plant health and higher yields at the time of harvest. Moreover, the water the plants receive is just the amount required, which is 1/10 of the water used in traditional farming methods. The post-harvest management team ensures that all the plants are treated as per customer specifications. The pack house team ensures that the fresh produce is washed and then dried using a centrifugal drying machine. The produce is then cut, processed and packed using state-of-the-art equipment. These products are dispatched to various clients, nutraceutical companies, retail outlets, corporates, hotels, and it is also exported to various countries. With a worldwide network of offices in Singapore, New York.
So this is the one of the state-of-art project that we have here in India that is operational since 2020. So now another very big project is coming up this year. It will be operational by the end of this year. It is for 115 acres in North India. So it's a groundbreaking ceremony you can see here. So in nutshell, what I will see that the open field the best during winter in lower plains and in summers in hill area. Polytunnel or polyhouse is the best for extended winter in plains and for summer production in hills. Net house is the best for spring and summer production in lower plains, but not good for high altitude region. Fan fed is good for small operation in urban area for high value crops, but not good for large scale operations. Retractable roof is good for large scale operation in hot climate, but not suitable for extreme winters at high altitude where very heavy rainfall take place. So many more such projects they are coming up. So that's all. Thank you for having patience and listening to this deliberation. Thanks very much.
Thank you, sir. It was a great pleasure watching the entire PPT, the way you had presented the entire concept of the high-tech protected cultivation is something that is actually, this presentation was actually a thing that we should actually applaud for. And I'm surprised that the kind of participants that we have recorded today, we had, apart from the India, we had participations from Canada, Philippines, Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Vietnam, and many more countries. So very, very successful session. And whatever thanks I'll give you is too less, because the kind of the way you have presented the entire concept is something very amazing. Thank you so very much. Now I'd like to take the session forward. I'd like to request my board of director, Mr. Brigadier Michael sir. Sir is now there with us. So sir, without wasting much time, I'll give it to you. And also I'd like to mention to all our participants that you can feel free to ask your questions. We'll be taking 4 questions live today with our speaker, Rajendra sir. So in the next 2 minutes, whatever questions you have, you can actually put it in the chat box from Facebook, YouTube, whatever platform you are using. You can feel free to write the questions to us, and we will be taking 4 questions today. And apart from all those 4 questions, we'll also be looking forward that whatever questions we'll have, remaining questions we'll have, we'll be taking them forward through our speaker, maybe whatever platform we'll be using. The entire session is recorded on our Facebook and on YouTube channel of our Bizomia platform. Apart from that, the entire presentation of the speaker will be available on our Bizomia website. So you can register on Bizomia, you can create your account, and you can actually take the download of the presentation anytime from our Bizomia website. Over to you, Michael, sir.
Thank you, Manjeet. In fact, I must compliment Rajendra for a very lucid and an educative session. I have personally known him for very many years and have had the privilege to meet with the owner of Cravo, Mr. Richard. It is a brilliant system. As far as polyhouses goes, I think state of art, you can't beat this. The basic concept is where you can bring the good weather in and keep the bad weather out. And this durability factor is a very, very important asset that will take you in the long run. I don't deny it is an expensive system. Return of investments, depending on the crop that you have. If you have a high value crop, maybe it would be around about 3 to 4 years. And somewhere around about 5 to 6 years, you would have a return on investment. But see the longevity, the durability of the product, the life cycle costs that you will have over a span of, let's say, as Rajendra brought out, 15, in some cases 20 years, it'll give you very, very good returns. And this is more pertinent in the present context where we've got this global warming, unpredictability. In fact, if you see the west coast of India, we've had some cyclones. It never used to happen before. The frequency of these unpredictable weather phenomena has increased in intensity and in frequency. And therefore, over a period of time, it will keep increasing. There is this opportunity for the Cravo system to be, instituted so that you can protect your crops, reduce your risk factor. The agroclimatic risk factor is now increasing. So with this kind of system, the agroclimatic risk factor will reduce greatly. Other than the facts that he's also mentioned about water conservation, energy efficiency, and for all the year round. In fact, what he was talking about strawberries, for extending the fruiting cycles by a few months, maybe it'll go up by 50 to 60%. Then the cash flows, the returns increase. So this kind of optimization, you won't get in fixed poly houses, as we know them in India, or maybe a shade house, depending on the agroclimatic, conditions that exist in the areas. So I think this is the future, and we've all got to be future ready. It's only a question of how it's applicable to us, what is the cash flow systems and the financials that are due. Thank you very much, Rajendra. And I'd request the audience, as brought out by Manjeet, to field their questions so that we can have answers for the same. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Taking the things forward from here, there is a very small AV of Bizomia, what Bizomia is all about, giving an introduction about the concept of Bizomia, what all things we are doing under this whole concept of Bizomia. So taking it forward, there is a small AV. I'd like to run that first.
Welcome to Bizomia. Bizomia is a digital platform assisting you with build your network, an opportunity to connect with 30,000 plus plant nurseries and allied businesses at the ease of one click only. Verified business profiles. Our platform provides authenticity in business through its network of trusted and verified buyers and sellers. Real-time business updates. You can share your real-time status of products, pricing, services, and other offers. B2B market space. Bizomia is a first of its kind B2B market space where you can buy and sell without any hidden fees. Learn and grow. A unique opportunity to enhance your skills through upskills and reskills programs, webinars and workshops, international study tours, and publications. Connect now and grow your business.
So the website of Bizomia is all ready. You can actually log in or register under www.bizomia.com, bizomia.com. Special thanks to our sponsoring agency, Cravo today, Cravo Canada. So Cravo is basically a 43-year-old Canadian family-run business with more than 38 years of experience in designing and manufacturing of automatic reactable roofs houses. It has built up substantial experience through research and by partnering on projects across 6 continents in the fruit, berry, vegetable, flower, and reforestation sector. There is a very small AV from Cravo that will give you an insight what all this company works upon. So a small AV. Let's take a look around it.
Today, more people around the world than ever before are integrating fruits and vegetables into their diets. And as a result, retailers want to have stock available all year round. But there are several big challenges that growers like you are facing to meet this increasing demand. Extreme and inconsistent weather patterns result in inconsistent supply. Input costs are frequently rising faster than selling prices. And insects cause massive damage to crops at the same time as consumers demand that their food is produced with minimal chemicals. So for you, the challenge is how to have predictable and consistent supply when the weather is inconsistent. For over 35 years, we've been working on the solution. Introducing the retractable roof production system, which creates a more consistent growing environment for farmers in warm and hot climates. When the weather is ideal, the roof will automatically retract, allowing the natural outdoors to come inside. When cold, rain, or hail comes, the roof will automatically close to protect the plants. And when there is high summer heat, the roof closes 80% to protect the plants from direct sun, while also allowing for ventilation and cooling. The system is very efficient, as it requires only 1 to 2 kilowatt hours of electricity per day, per hectare, and requires minimal water for cooling when temperatures exceed 35 degrees Celsius. Cravo houses have proven to resist damage from hail and major storms, such as hurricanes and cyclones. By working with Cravo, you can create optimum growing conditions year-round to produce crops with larger size, with higher yields, longer shelf life, extend your harvest season, or target a completely different harvest season. Together as partners, we will create an innovative production system to meet your market opportunities and climate challenges, while targeting a 3 to 5 year return on investment. Join us as we continue to build production systems of the future that combine nature and protection to create superior growing environments.
Thank you, Cravo. As mentioned earlier, we had got many questions and feedback from all the participants who joined us today. Just to take the session forward, I'll request my co-host Rukmani and the speaker today, Mr. Rajendra sir, to join us here. And We'll take 4 questions, sir. So Rajendra sir, basically we had got more than 100 questions on board today. So out of those 100 questions, we had shortlisted 4 questions that we think are much more important today to be addressed live, and rest of the questions we'll be sharing with you. Maybe you can take some time out, maybe tomorrow or day after, and give a reply to all of them. So the
Sure.
first questions that we have today is that which type of polyhouse will be the best for the succulents and cactus production in India? Asked by Succulent India. I have seen more questions from Succulent India. They are trying to do something at Uttarakhand at a very larger scale. So the questions that asked by the Succulent India is basically what kind of polyhouse will be best for the succulents and cactus for the production, especially for the Uttarakhand belt, because they are trying to do something at the Uttarakhand belt.
Thanks, Deepak ji. Thanks, Manjeet ji. And this question that because Uttarakhand is actually foothill of the Himalayas, so you have a tropical, hot and humid condition there. So whenever you are growing such type of these ornamental like succulents or other ornamentals also, you need a actually congenial conditions. So how you can create in a polyhouse? It's normally it's very difficult to manage during summer season. Net house is for a small operation. It may be for summer season. It may be good, but not for the year round. But if you put up a retractable structure, so you can not only you can multiply your planting material, but you can also develop them very healthy plants for that for long distance shipment of your planting material. I will prefer for such climate either this retractable roof, this rafter house or A-frame structure, or maybe if you have a very tall plant, so then you can think about flat roof structure also. So it depends upon the what type of plants you are trying to reach.
So, sir, just to add upon this only,
Yeah.
so I just saw one more question from Nipun Gupta that he's asking that. So you were mentioning that the climatic condition there at the foothills of Himalayas, something very near to Uttarakhand, is a little bit more on the hotter side. So there's more hotter summer over there. So Nipun ji has just asked that the very same kind of structures will be more preferable in the climatic condition of Agra, because Agra, if we take consideration the kind of climatic condition we do record there in Agra, Uttar Pradesh, that's also very hot and humid. So the kind of infrastructural setup that is recommended for the foothills of the Himalayas there at the Uttarakhand or the upper Uttaranchal region, will the same kind of structures will be applicable for the western UP part, the Agra and those belts also?
Actually, it also depends upon the crop also, because we have already a project near Agra at Vrindavan. It's a 5-acre structure, so they are growing blueberry there. So blueberry we can grow in a flat roof structure because it can resist the rainfall also. But if you are growing a capsicum or tomato or cucumber, because these crops, they are susceptible to the rainfall, so you have to protect them against the rain. So then you have to choose the peak roof type of model. Although they are they are costly than the flat roof structure, almost double the cost of flat roof, but they are very good for your year-round production. So once you make the investment, so you will feel secure with your investment that you will not lose your crop.
Okay. Sounds good, sir. So the second question that we have on board today is what are the per hectare cost, per acre cost for range for building these high-tech structures, the structures that you had mentioned. So for the most commonly used structures in India, especially for the Indian this climatic conditions, what kind of structures you will recommend more, and what is the cost per acre? What is the range of the cost?
As I have already explained that we have a net house, they are at the range of 500-600 rupees per square meter. Then polytunnels around 300 rupee, 400 rupee per square meter. Then polyhouses, they are 800 to 1000 rupee per square meter. Retractable structure, they actually we customize this structure as per your climate and crops. So I'm not aware that which area you belong to, but the price of our structure varies from $20 to $150. If you are putting a flat roof structure in Rajasthan or in the western part of India, or even in Sindh area in the southern part of Pakistan, so price will be something like $25 to $30 per square meter. But if you are putting the structure in a Konkan region or in the high rainfall area in Malaysia or Indonesia, or even where the rainfall is high, then you have to choose either from X-frame or rafter or flat A-frame. Depend upon that what is the resistance of wind you required at that location. So price varies from $50 to $150 per square meter. It depends upon the area, that how much area. If you are putting up a larger structure, then price per square meter goes down. If you are putting a smaller structure, then price per square meter will go up. So kindly send an email to me. What is your exact requirement? You send me your climate data of your place, and also that what crops you want to grow. Then I can give you the estimated price for that.
Thank you. So basically, if we sum it up, then it is like that the price range basically varies from the kind of structures we are trying to put and the scale of the structures that we are trying to put. Because if the scale of the project is big, then the price range will come down, and especially if any kind of customized structures we are going to develop or put it out over there, then the kind of the price range will depend. But as you mentioned, that the price range basically varies from $50 to $150. So this is basically the price range for any kind of structures if you are looking forward.
And moreover, Manjit sir, that you might have seen that most of our grower, they are the large grower, either it's a corporate company or it's a investor type of people. So they are looking for a scale, for a big area. So because they are because 1 acre, 2 acre, 5 acre, we do not consider as a profitable venture, because there are a lot of issues that you have, logistic issue, you have a marketing issue. So for any profitable venture, you have to scale up it up at a particular size. So just like that, let me give you an example that most of our clients, they first time they have put up some pilot project for trialing and testing, then they scale up. Like that in North India, that we have a 5-acre project first of all for blueberry. Now they are going for 115 acre. Now they are scaling up. So they know that what is the challenge for growing this crop in their climate, and how they can actually manage those adverse conditions, and also the market and other logistics.
That is something that is very acceptable, sir, because that is how the whole dynamics work. So taking it forward, the third question that we had on board with us is that the very same thing what just Brigadier Michael sir has mentioned, that the people are, because the cost of the investment is a bit higher on the end, so the investors might have that kind of thought process, that what is basically what is the ROI, sir? By what time the investors can look forward that the kind of investment that we put on for installing these kind of structures. So what is the minimum thing that you look forward that by 3 years or 4 years the return starts coming out of this investment thing?
Manjit, actually it depends upon the crop and market also.
Okay.
Because certain crops, just like I'm talking about the berries, so berries can give you a ROI within 2 years. So if you are planning a crop like apple or cherry, so you need a longer duration, maybe 5 years, 6 years.
Because the yield comes later on.
So
basically,
but the thing that you have to think of a scale.
So the crop and the scales are the two major parameters upon which the entire dynamics of the investment and the return on the investment can be planned out. So can we have the next question, please? I took this question. What's the next question? This is Suren Tiko sir, who is asking that any cost benefit analysis available would be helpful. If you have something, maybe we can connect it over the email or something. If you have any kind of study in related to this.
Tiku sir is my very senior person in this agriculture field. So
Okay.
I will definitely share with him on his email.
Okay. Okay. So thank you.
Yeah.
One question that I just saw is from Pakistan. So the question was that the kind of infrastructural setup that you had been discussing about the Western UP or these kind of the Northern Indian belt, will that be very much applicable for the belt from the Pakistan also?
Yeah, because we are working all over the world. So we are supplying structure almost in every country, in every continent. So even there are a lot of inquiries that has came from Pakistan. Even some of people we have already quoted, but due to this COVID, then things has actually slowed down. Otherwise, Pakistan has a lot of scope because in Pakistan, if the land holding is large, actually, you will find a big landlords there. They are having a land of 500,000 or 5,000 acres. There is a good scope in Pakistan because Pakistan is actually, you can say, they can feed them the Central Asia or this cold region of this China also, that Western China part, because during these cold conditions, the crop production is very slow actually, or you will not, you can't grow the crop multiple times. So Pakistan has a huge scope.
Definitely, yes. So we'll take the session forward from here, sir. Thank you so very much, all the participants, for asking all these questions. Very interesting questions. Because of the limitation of the time, we can't take all the questions on board today, but we'll be more than happy in getting you the reply to all these questions that were recorded today. The entire session is recorded on our Facebook and on our YouTube channel. And for the presentation of the Rajendra sir, if you are interested in getting a look through this presentation again, then you can register as participants with us through our webinar links, and also register there at our Bizomia channel website, and take the look through our this presentations which are recorded over there. I'll request my colleague Deepak Chatterjee to be on board with me now, and he'll be talking about the next session, the next webinar that is scheduled next Saturday at the very same time. Deepak ji.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Thank you to our all participants today from India as well as from international participants. And many thanks to our speaker today, Mr. Rajendra Kumar ji. And thanks to our sponsorship company, Cravo, Canada. And we have series of webinars every Saturday, that is 4 p.m. onwards. Coming Saturday, we have announced very nice topics, that is on vertical garden as well as plantscape, how to make a very nice plantscape of that vertical garden. We have a very prominent and very renowned speaker from Maharashtra, Mr. Pradeep Barpande from ELT company. He will present a very nice session. You all people are welcome over there. You all are invited. Thank you very much. Can I
Thank you,
show the
Deepak
slide?
ji. As mentioned from your side, the next topic about the vertical garden, and the speaker next webinar also, Mr. Pradeep Barpande. We had the privilege of working very closely with him since last 4 years, and he's an excellent speaker. So all the participants, I'm sure you will be getting a lot of good information about the vertical garden from our speaker next time in the next session. So we have Michael sir and Rajendra sir here, and it's now the official time to close the webinar. So I'll request Michael sir to say a few words, and special thanks to Rajendra sir for this informative session, and the kind of knowledge that you had shared is something amazing. It was really amazing. So over to Michael sir, and then we'll formally close this webinar today.
Thank you, Manjeet. Thank you to Team Bizomia. Bizomia's main thought process is basically to make us all future ready. And this high-tech structure that has been told to us by Rajendra ji has been very educative. Thank you, Rajendra ji. And there are now, you are increasing your footprint in India and in Asia. And I can see that you're doing very well. Our compliments to you, and we wish you all the very best.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're most welcome. And thank you, Deepak, for giving us the what we're going to have in Vertical Gardens. It's going to be very, very informative. And as we've been told that Bizomia is a platform which is now growing. We are growing exponentially day by day. The kind of visitors we have on our website and the value additions that we're giving to the industry, it's huge. Thank you very much, all the participants. There are very many questions. Our apologies that we've not been able to field all of them. But as time goes by, on a one-on-one basis, as Rajendra had mentioned about, especially like for Mr. Tikku, that we'll be sharing the return on investment depending on the crop, the cycle, the life cycle, etc. So that has been very, very informative. Thank you all very much, and looking forward to you visiting our site as well as being with us for the next session. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Manjeet.
Thank you, sir. And thanks to all the participants, all the guests, all the speakers on board today. And looking forward to have you all again in the next session, same day, same time, next Saturday, 17th of July with the new topic. Stay tuned with us. Thank you.
Thank you.